Brandon Blackstock passed away at the age of 48 in early August after a lengthy and courageous battle with melanoma. Died. Blackstock, who had been fighting the illness for over 3 years, passed away peacefully surrounded by family, according to a statement from his representative shared with People. Brandon bravely battled cancer for more than 3 years. He passed away peacefully and was surrounded by family, the statement read. Blackstock was known for his work as a talent manager and his relationship with Clarkson, with whom he shares 2 children. His death marks the loss of a dedicated father and a resilient individual who fought against the disease with unwavering strength. His family, friends, and loved ones will remember him for his warmth, determination, and the impact he had on those around him during his life. James Dobson died at 89, after shaping evangelical movement. The influential author and psychologist passed away at his Colorado Springs home, ending a career that transformed American evangelical politics through his multimedia empire focus on the family. Born in Shreveport, Louisiana, Dobson came from generations of Church of the Nazarene ministers. He earned his psychology doctorate from USC in 1967, where exposure to 1960s counterculture convinced him that the institution of the family was disintegrating. His 1970 book, Dare to Discipline, promoted corporal punishment and launched his rise to prominence. The New York Times called him the nation's most influential evangelical leader. Dobson founded Focus on the Family in 1977, growing it into a massive operation with a daily radio show broadcast on 7,000 stations worldwide to 220 million listeners. By 1995, the organization's annual budget exceeded $100 million a day. His political influence peaked in the 1980s when he was ranked among America's most powerful conservative voices. He founded Family Research Council in 1981 and championed traditional family values, opposing LGBT rights, feminism, and abortion through extensive lobbying networks. Dobson's controversial 1989 interview with serial killer Ted Bundy generated over $1 million for Focus on the Family. He stepped down from leadership in 2009, launching the Dr. James Dobson Family Institute in 2010. He has survived by wife Shirley, married since 1960, and their 2 children. Argentine beauty, Queen Norma Nolan, first Miss Universe from her country, dies at 87. The trailblazing model who broke barriers for Latin American women in international pageantry passed away in Miami, ending a life that made history in the world of beauty competitions. Born on April 22, 1938, to Irish and Italian immigrant parents, Nolan represented the multicultural heritage that would become her strength on the global stage. Her mixed European ancestry gave her distinctive features that captivated judges and audiences alike. In 1962, Nolan was crowned Miss Argentina by her predecessor, Adriana Gardia, who had finished as second runner-up in the previous Miss Universe competition. This victory launched Nolan toward her historic achievement on the international stage. Her Miss Universe triumph marked a watershed moment for Argentina and Latin America in international beauty competitions. At a time when such contests were dominated by contestants from North America and Europe, Nolan's victory opened doors for future generations of Latin American women. The pageant world of the early 1960s was vastly different from today's competitions, with greater emphasis on traditional beauty standards. Nolan's success came during an era when winning Miss Universe carried enormous cultural significance and media attention worldwide. In his tribute, Gregory said, "Even with his body covered in tattoos and the streetwise tough guy persona he cultivated, my little brother will always be a sweet, goofy kid in my eyes." Pardo, known for his soulful voice and powerful presence in City High, was a key figure in the group's success in the early 2000s, with hits like What Would You Do? Robbie Pardlo, the former lead singer of the R&B group City High, passed away at the age of 46 on July 17. The news was confirmed in a statement shared with People by Pardlow's brother, Gregory, resonating with audiences and solidifying their place in R&B history. His passing marks the loss of a talented musician whose contributions to the genre will not be forgotten. Pardlow's family, friends, and fans remember him not just for his musical impact, but for his kind heart and unique spirit. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, to Erlene Indenberken, a legal secretary born in Germany, and George DiCaprio, an underground comic book artist, producer, and distributor of comic books. His unique name came from his pregnant mother feeling his first kicks while standing in front of a Leonardo da Vinci painting at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy. A prophetic moment that seemed to foreshadow his future artistic destiny. DiCaprio's childhood was marked by the complexities of growing up in a separated household. His parents divorced when he was just 1 year old, and he was primarily raised by his mother in the gritty neighborhoods of East Hollywood and Lucy's. Despite the challenging circumstances, both parents remained actively involved in his upbringing, fostering an environment that would later prove crucial to his development as an artist. Growing up in Los Angeles during the 1980s, young Leonardo was exposed to the entertainment industry from an early age, though not in the glamorous way one might expect. His father, George, worked in the alternative comic book scene, introducing Leonardo to creative and often unconventional artistic expressions. This exposure to underground art and counterculture would later influence DiCaprio's choice in film projects, often gravitating toward complex, challenging roles rather than mainstream blockbusters. The neighborhood where Leonardo spent his formative years was far from the polished image of Hollywood. East Hollywood was diverse, but economically challenged with high crime rates and social issues that exposed the young boy to real-world problems early on. His mother worked tirelessly to provide for them, often holding multiple jobs while ensuring her son stayed focused on education and positive activities. Leonardo's interest in acting began almost by accident. As a child, he was energetic and charismatic, often entertaining family and friends with impromptu performances. His stepfather, who worked in the entertainment industry, recognized his natural talent and suggested he try acting. At the age of 5, Leonardo was kicked off the set of the children's television series Romper Room for being disruptive, an early sign of his spirited personality. His first real breakthrough came when he was spotted by a talent agent at the age of 14. However, the path to success wasn't immediate. Leonardo faced numerous rejections and was often told he was too ethnic-looking for certain roles, or that his name was too unusual and should be changed to something more American. His agent suggested he change his name to Lenny Williams, but both Leonardo and his mother firmly refused, insisting on maintaining his authentic identity. The young DiCaprio's determination was evident from these early experiences with rejection. Rather than becoming discouraged, he used each no as motivation to improve his craft. He began taking acting classes and studying method, acting techniques, even as a teenager, showing the dedication to his craft that would later become his trademark. His childhood was also marked by a deep connection to environmental issues, largely influenced by his mother's German background and European sensibilities about conservation. Her Moline instilled in Leonardo a respect for nature and an awareness of environmental problems from a young age, values that would later become central to his adult identity and philanthropic efforts. Family dynamics played a crucial role in shaping Leonardo's character. Despite their divorce, his parents maintained a respectful relationship and continued to co-parent effectively. His father George remarried and had another son, Adam, giving Leonardo a half-brother with whom he maintained a close relationship. This blended family structure taught him adaptability and the importance of maintaining relationships despite challenging circumstances. The financial struggles of his single-mother household meant that luxury was rare, but creativity was abundant. Leonardo learned to appreciate art, literature, and film not as consumer goods, but as meaningful expressions of human experience. This early exposure to art as substance rather than spectacle would profoundly influence his later career choices, leading him to consistently choose projects with depth and social relevance over purely commercial ventures. By the time he reached his mid-teens, Leonardo had developed the work ethic and artistic sensibility that would define his career. His childhood experiences, from the diverse, challenging neighborhoods of East Hollywood to the creative influence of his father's work in underground comics. From his mother's immigrant perspective to the early rejections in audition rooms, all contributed to forming an actor who would never take success for granted and would always seek to use his platform for meaningful purposes.